someone sent me a link to a video of what happened, of the incident where I was involved, and I couldn't watch it. I watched a little bit of it, and I started having problems right away. This has been a very difficult time for me. I feel I'm under a vicious demonic attack, spiritually and everything else. I was trying to tell the crowd that this is our history you're taking away from us. Please don't do this. Intense satanic hate from the crowd, and they were jeering at me and calling me a loser, which I expected. But at that point when they grabbed me, I thought, oh no, I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail, and I'll have to use a public bathroom. Richmond is in a vicarious position. We may actually end up with two presidents. We'll have a globalist president and a patriot president. Now, ultimately, Donald Trump will be the president. I think that what we had was a Chinese invasion. It's a Mexican, I think. Those pesky baby boomers flaunting her feminine attributes. The ghetto people, the minority. Mr. Shuli Egger, I'm not sure. He's a Jew from the Howard Stern show. I do not celebrate Martin Luther King Day. I think he was a socialist, the militant LGBTQ, and we are not going to give up our country for your globalist globo-homo agenda. Just didn't like the that thing in my mouth. Just not into that thing, being in there. God will not allow it. God deemed us a Christian nation. What do we have now? A big ugly mess. People way over 30, not married. People living at home. Okay. People not pulling their weight in society. Have you heard rap music, hip-hop music? There's just no melody, it's just a beat with someone talking over it. Ever since Mariah Carey or, Christina Aguilera, sounds like a disease. Ever since those people came out, everybody wants to sing in the Negro style. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm white, and I sing white. I don't like the Beatles. I don't like Jason Mraz. I don't care for the metal or grunge music, or you're a horrible musician, you have no talent, you're a loser. I'm prepared for all of that. I don't care anymore. I've been told that for years. I know I'm a failed musician. I've been on the fringes for almost 20 years. I know I'm not 6'2", but I have a dramatic build. I did a vlog earlier about narcissism, but I didn't like the way I looked in the video, so I deleted it. The closest thing I ever did to my acting career was an uncredited featured extra in a low-budget Civil War movie, and I had to play a dead Yankee of all things. So I'm well aware that I'm a failure. You don't need to tell me that. I've been going through a lot lately. The other day at work, someone had diarrhea on the floor on aisle 5 near the food section, and guess who they made clean it up? Me. Has my life come to this? Cleaning diarrhea up off the floor at work? I have fan clubs all over the United States, mostly at high schools. Cope. I don't put my politics that much in the music at all. Some people say your songs all sound the same. They are so wrong about that. If it all sounds like Yankee Doodly, which is not true, have they heard my music? It doesn't sound like Yankee Doodly. It doesn't sound like that. It doesn't sound old-timey. Now, I just love the 1950s. In the 1950s, it was a much more open-minded society than today. You could speak your mind without being called a bigot or a racist or homophobic. If someone was in a neighborhood and they looked a little bit out of place, they would be properly escorted away by the police. If you said there were 32 genders, you'd be taken to the nut house. So that was another glorious thing about the 50s. There wasn't any, diversity and inclusion. They had respect. They had, even the blacks had respect for themselves. Domesticated housewives were very strong. And I've been thinking about my future wife and what that would be like. And when I think about marriage and my wife, I think of women back then. They developed muscles in the kitchen. So if a man tried to hit them, they could easily fight back. They weren't wimps back then. Women could hold their own back then with any man. Sean Oprah or Brad Pitt or Gandhi. It's like your best friend, except you get together for intimate sessions. But I don't want her to be too intimate with me. I like to have my own privacy. When it comes to our lifestyle, I believe we will have to have separate bedrooms. And I can have a woman in my room messing around with my stuff. She can have her bedroom, her little girly bedroom. I'll have my boy bedroom. And I think it's really for her benefit because, in case I have some gastrointestinal issues, I picture her like a really sweet girl with like a hi, Meade, like that. And ultra feminine because she has to balance my ultra masculine. Because I'm very masculine that way. By the way, when you're black pilled and everyone's complaining, talk about your beta male. Oh, you're effeminate male. Well, quiet. They get so noisy. So she has to be ultra feminine. And so she'll be cooking me my meals, gourmet meals. But, just simple dishes like eggs Benedict and stuff like that. And she'll be, wear her apron and, she'll be really pretty and she'll be really creative. She'll be doing a lot of, we'll be songwriting together. I wish women would wear dresses. I wish they wear those polka dot dresses, put on some makeup, look pretty and feminine. What is that serenity prayer? Lord, give me the ability to accept the things I can't change, the wisdom to know the difference. That's why we have to choose our battles wisely. When I was 11 years old, I had a popcorn kernel stuck in my ear. Now, a lot of people ask, Meade, why would you put a popcorn kernel in your ear? Well, I was 11 years old and I was watching a movie on TV and I just stuck it in my ear. It was really exciting. Imagine having a popcorn kernel stuck in your ear. When I was 13, I got my first horse and I called her Virginia. She was a black horse. Yeah, black. Yeah, see, I don't discriminate. One day I sent her a bouquet of roses and with a note that said, "You have just won the Kentucky Derby of my heart." Well, apparently that set off a red flag because she got very upset and she told her father about everything. And he called my house and said, basically that she was not interested, and if I kept doing this, he would have to call the sheriff. I had a French pen pal, a young girl in France, and I forgot her name, but we would exchange letters in French, she wrote in English, and she lived in Saint-Germain, France. Well, one time I decided to send her a picture, and for some reason, I never heard back from her after that. So I found out she had since gotten married to some Mexican, I think, and she runs, I think she's in multi-level marketing or some kind of thing like that. So I think she's done very well for herself. And I got sent to the principal's office in the 3rd grade almost every day. I love children and infants and babies, but I don't want them spitting up all over me, especially if I'm wearing my nice suit. When I change diapers, I will have to wear sanitary gloves. I can't get my hands anywhere near that stuff. I got colitis, and I had a health scare, and that's what made me stop smoking. My mother thought I had swallowed some bleach. We will not have to, get each other's permission to buy stuff. That's just so outdated and silly and archaic. As long as she knows how to cook and clean and be pretty and help me and be my best fan, and we support each other. God gave us cope as a gift to get through adversity and tragedy. There was this mean kid named Eugene, and he used to take the spit from his spit valve in his trumpet and throw it at me. I hear this word get thrown around a lot, or at least I've gotten wind of it. I'm not an incel myself, by the way. I believe in that, leave it to beaver tradition of marriage. And some people say, well, Meade, what do you have to offer a woman? Well, first of all, I can yodel. Okay, I can yodel. I'm very good at, well, I have a certain way. I don't know. I think that I have a lot of good qualities. I really do. I have a lot of good qualities. I'm investing in Bitcoin.